Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to another YouTube video. As you guys sort of know, we're fast approaching our end of my memory trip down memory lane trip to India. We're now going to be departing Delhi for the last time, flying in what is a real-world, not quite down to the registration number, but this is the real-world aircraft that I flew on from Delhi to Bangkok in Thailand. So I flew on the A310. It's a shame I didn't get a photo, but we're in the this livery, this iconic Air India livery with the edge line, cheat line, the red with the Air India with these, I'm not too sure exactly what they are, but I call them little houses around each window, which I find is really cool. Yeah, so we're flying in the A300, which I flew in to Bangkok. We are actually going to change it up a bit. When I arrived into Bangkok, I was one of the very first, I mean, we're talking about not the very first, but I was one of the very first like scheduled flights into the new airport. We're talking about like maybe a month when they opened the brand new Bangkok airport. But I've decided that I'm going to fly to what I could have easily flown into, which was the original Bangkok Don Mueang International Airport, the original Bangkok airport. So we're going to be flying into that. Forgive me for the scenery, I actually made this airport, so a lot of things are probably not functioning anymore, but there's a really good payware version that I must get. Oh, it's got a pink nose too. Would you look at that? Oh, that's a shame. But I mean, not a shame it's a pink nose, but it's a shame that this texture looks like it might be a bit wonky, but hopefully that doesn't transpire through the whole flight. So we're in the A300. I've done a few flights. I don't think I've done one with my voice. What we will do is we will come through and we'll open up these doors, make it look more lively. And yeah, we're going to be taking off from, what is the traffic using today? We will, because this is a replica flight, we will use what is the original runway. We won't use runway 29, we'll use runway 28, which would have been the runway that I used for this departure. And I do remember using this 28 anyway, because I remember as we climbed up over this original international terminal, which is now the domestic terminal. So you will fly out of Delhi one last time. I mean, for this flight, we'll come back again for more adventures around India, which I'd love to do. Nice 3.5 hour flight, which I'll edit it out, of course. And we'll, by the looks of it, we'll be using runway, I'll just see what they're using it in real life. Just on flight radar, and it looks like here they were using the southern facing runway, so that looks about right. So we'll get into this interesting, modern but still kind of old school airline, which is the A300, and we'll fumble our way through starting up this aircraft and taking it off. So I'm just finding the clip spot for this. Can't find it. Anyway, so we will, our GPU and our chocks are on, so to start her up, we come up to here, turn on the batteries first. This is when real world pilots will go through and check different things and whatnot, but we're just going to jump straight in, turn on the the ground power, get that powered up, come up here, and we can now turn on the RLSs 1, 2 and 3. And we can do our usual flow. We can come through here, any white lights we'll turn them off. Turn on the gallery power so people can, when we turn on this fuel pump here, I believe it's the inner tank 2 to turn on to get fuel into our APU. But first we'll turn on our navigation and our logo lights, and we'll come up to here, select master switch on, and we'll start the APU, and we'll turn off this oxygen supply, turn it on. Any white lights, we'll just leave these off for now, but we will come in and turn on APU bleed for when it does start up. And this FMS, this display, pardon me, that's the FMS. The display thing is loaded up to the relevant APU thing, which shows that it's, I hope, starts turning on. Yep, now it's turning on, so we'll get that. And we'll push the magic B button just to you know. Alright, so we will, I believe that's everything. What we will do is we'll just turn on this because I'll probably forget. The backup. And to align the aircraft, we need to come into here first, and we'll need to do our full route, I do believe. So I know you can import the SimBrief flight plan, we'll call it up anyway. Need our SimBrief dispatch thing, but we'll enter this manually, because I think it is, from memory, you do enter this pretty much manually. So view flight plan, we're going to go from, you can hear the aircon coming in. Can I open up this? No, I don't think I can open up windows in this one. Not that I would want to anyway. Right, just clear these, clear that, clear that. We know about that. PIDB/VTBD into there, and we can now align our this is by clicking that, so that will all show up. Right, now we're going to go into our flight plan and enter in all of these fun details. So we're going to be flying at 31,000 feet. Type it into here. Cost index is 15. I need to clear that, but I just started typing before I did that. Flight ideas. AIC for Air India, but just random numbers, so 223. Enter like so, and we want our cruise wind data, so 26131, 261/31. So that's all that sorted and done. Now we want to go to the next page, and this is where we enter in our weight, and so we update it from SimBrief, and we'll just add in a bit more of extra fuel. In real life you probably would, if you're planning on doing. We'll make this, can I do it through here? Oh yeah, I have to do it through here. So make this 29 tons, we'll just round it up to 29 tons. Apply load. And we'll just go and finish, Let's just get it. Oh no, I have to do it through here, so 29. Gives us a couple of 1,000 tons of play around just in case we need it. So that's all sorted. So I hate it when, one thing I hate about these inibuilds is you need to sort this out. If you accidentally click on one of these things and you're over here, it really makes life difficult. So we'll just get out of that so we don't get We do need that page though, so our taxi fuel is going to be, well, I'll just round it up to 1 tonne, 1 tonne taxi fuel. Block fuel is 29 tonne. 29, zero fuel rate is going to be, round that up to 29. And 32.2 is our, oh no, 29.9 is our blah 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 zero fuel rate. So 28.9 and 29.9. Just make sure that's 1, 2, 9, which we do, we just rounded it up. 32.19, so you enter that into here, and that's our performance. Our BNAV stuff done, so that's good. Flight plan, we'll enter in our flight plan now, so we're going to take off from, we'll just change this to 28. It's probably slightly update this. So 27. Find the most logical flight plan, which is going to be this one here. Add to that. So we're going to be flying runway 27, which is runway 28. 27, LE6A, transition is going to be, it's just uploaded it automatically, which makes sense. Insert, and now we can come to our flight plan part, and we'll enter in our flight plan details. So where's that? Good thing about this, I do like this, the logic behind this FMS. You just click on that, click on the airway, we come up the airway option, so G, and then it'll come up the waypoint that you're going to, so we're just going to look for LKN. LKA, oh no, it's first LKN, we need LKN. Right at the bottom like usual. Then you click on LKN, go to airway, next airway is 460, so 460 BDN, perfect right there, I like that, those ones. Oh, wrong one. BDN P646, perfect to turret. Right down the bottom here. Then turret, we want to, we're just going to leave it at that. We will, we have to put in the staff, or we can just select the runway, so we don't need to worry about that just yet. What we do is, we will put our, let's just get it set up, because I'm going to go out for this flight, so we'll just select, we'll get the staff set, preset into it, eh? Oh, wrong one, oops. We just want to go finals, don't we? Essentially. Runway Yankee final, which matches up with this. Oh, that's close enough. So 21 left. We're 3A. we want to tarry this our via, and we'll just insert. So that's all sorted. Flight plan is all sorted. We don't need that anymore. We can minimize this, and we can now load in our performance data. So we'll come into our takeoff. I'm going to set this to runway 27. Sync. Dry. We're going to do packs off takeoff for this one. And calculate. What's up? Right, so 1520 it is. So flex. So if you're trying to figure it out, just maybe you just go through logical steps first, and then if all else fails, you probably have to go to sim brief and lower the weights. But flex 40. So we'll come up to here when I want to click select. Before we can activate any of these, now the RLSs are online, we can come through and turn all of these on. You won't be able to turn these on if your RLSs are not turned on. You can turn on these fuel tanks too, because we've already been fueled up. Before we get too far, we'll just get rid of all of this ground crew. Where is that again? My flight. No. Ground equipment. We will remove. Turn off external power, we don't need that anymore. We'll remove that. Turn off, close all of these doors. Remove the jetway. I'm using my little pushback thing helper, which I've got the link to that if you need it. Right, what were we going to do? Oh yeah, that's right, we're going to go into our performance. We want to upload all this, so we want to set that to 40, so we come onto here, flex takeoff to 40, which is already preset. We want to go to takeoff, and so we want to V1 and VR, 50, 50, perfect. And to set your V2, you have to actually set it in up in here, so that's going to be 56. Like so, and then we want to send our clean speed, which is that one there. We'll set that to 214, so we'll push this little up button. I think it might actually be this one we set to actually. I'm sure it's that one that you select your pre-select speeds to that. But we'll go with that one. We'll go 214 just for today. It doesn't really make much difference because it's sort of, I don't know. Right. Right, we need to select our runway. Cruise altitude is 32. We want to set our runway heading to, what is it? Oh no, it's, can we change it? It's actually runway 28 that we need to take off from. I thought it was just because this is, because there's very little difference between 28 and 27. I thought it might have been just a recalibration, but we want runway 28. We want to change that to runway 28. Okay. Which is going to be this one. 6B insert. Much better. Right, go back to that. The runway heading is going to be 284. because we're sort of going to be using sort of manual control of the speed, I think we set this to level change. And we will set this to navigation mode. So that's all that's set. Is there anything else? And we set our I don't really understand it, but we set this to our 1,000 feet above our altitude. That's when I think we speed up, we sort of go into, like, I don't know the terminology. Oh no, this has been deployed. I don't know why that happened. Right, I think we're going to maintenance. Oh, we're just going to arm all the doors now. Oh, we arm the doors when we push back. Go back to our takeoff performance, and we're just going to set our trim to 0.3 up, which is probably thereabouts, I reckon. Right, we are ready to push back and start. We'll turn on our constraints, same with this one. Turn on our terrain. I don't think we need any of that on, so we are ready to go, I think. Right, we can turn on all of these. That's your pitos in your window heat. Get it cool our tug. Set our, wrong one. Turn on our beacon light. Seatbelt lights can come on. I think we can now arm our slides now. It's already done automatically. Right, we are ready to be pushed back. Right, we'll just push back and we'll just follow this aircraft to runway 27. It is a lovely aircraft. It's a shame that this pink nose is here. Obviously there's a bit of an issue with the paint. Right, we can now turn on our engines, so we come over here, select this to A or B, one of the two, and we can now just push start. Wait for this to get up to at least 10. Turn on the engine and we'll come outside and we will just monitor our pushback. I like that rattling sound. It just reminds me of my old car when I didn't have the oil. Oh. Oh, the chocks are still on, aren't they? I thought I got them removed. Anyway, we'll come up to here. Remove chocks. Yeah, I love the sound of the engine starting up. It just sounds so old and so rusty and tired. While we're doing this, we're just going to see what our departure looks like. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I was hoping that it was like going to use some VORs and stuff like that. I practiced like using VORs to like do the SID, but it appears it's just the normal ones, so we don't need to worry about that. We can now stop that, handbrake on, remove the tug. We can now do likewise with engine number 2. Come up here, start it, turn on these because we'll be needing these on anyway. Wait for that to get up to 10% or above, and we can turn that on. set the flaps to that's 15 and that's 15, and that's 1520, which is what we need for our takeoff. Set our max auto brake. What we will do is we won't do that just yet, we'll just come into our flight controls page, which is here. We'll just make sure all of our flight controls are all working. That's all working. Can just now just click on this again and it just goes to the default page that you need it. And we will just, oh, wrong one, this is all. Right, now we'll come into this thing here, we'll click on, this one. Click on tune or turn this into, I think it's that one there to begin with. That's turning your TCAS on, but we don't want to turn on the warning part of it because we'll be getting lots of alarms for, being so close to traffic. Right, now set this to off, your ignition switch to off, APU bleed can come off, APU master can come off, and we can now start taxiing. Just make sure this is set to 1520, which is our flaps. That's set, everything's set. We are going to now taxi up. Just use this chart just to see I'm going on the right taxiways. Yeah, we just want to taxi straight out to this, the main taxiway here. And with this thing, it does pull away on you a bit, but you don't want to, it's a bit like, you want to treat it like the 777, especially with those double wheel bogies. See the two sets of wheels. You want to be nice and slow with this, going around the corners. 10 knots is what they recommend. A bit of oversteer, then you just go hard right round and that should take you to the centre line. Make sure you put a bit of power on just to get that. Didn't do too bad there, lost a bit of speed but nothing dramatic. And we just taxi on out to our departure airport, our departure runway. And I think we turn on our auto throttle, or we don't. Maybe we don't. Just go through the spoilers. Turn on the auto brake. We'll just get this on so we don't forget. Everything else looks pretty good. No white lights or warning lights up there. We're all set. Lovely livery, love that. I love that Indian flair that they added to the livery, and I also love that, love the cheap lines. And I love the, big fan of the old polished silver bellies, which I can understand you can't replicate that now with, I mean you could do chrome liveries, you could have chrome paint, but it will never be the same as polished metal, and not to mention to the weight that it adds to the livery if you're going to do it like that. Trying to figure out which time of the day we should do our flight, and should, yeah, let's do a sort of an evening flight. That way I can edit out most of the video just to the, not edit it out, but just speed it up for the most important parts, and we'll do a nice, hopefully it's just your normal day in Thailand, Bangkok, and don't know if it's raining there or not, but it would be cool for a bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, nighttime flights are quite cool with the lights and stuff, and I did set up some nice landing lights there when I built the airport. Try to, yeah, let's do a evening landing, shall we? A nighttime landing. Right, I guess we don't need the full length, so we'll just, after this rapid exit taxi thing here, we'll take this next left. Or maybe because it's high performance takeoff, we'll probably just use the full length, and we'll turn off our packs for our takeoff. Everything's all set, flaps are set. Oh, we can, well, we remember, we'll push this takeoff config button. No warning, so that means everything's all set. And because it's just us, we'll just turn on our strobe lights, turn on our landing lights, set our nose lights to take off, pull the speed all the way back to 10 for our hard turn. Pretend there's nothing coming, there isn't anything coming, but we'll just, even if there was, we'll just carry on. Right, everything's all set, landing lights and everything are on, seatbelt signs are on, packs off for takeoff, and away we go. We'll just pretend we didn't see anything. Full around. And I think with the Airbuses it is a standstill takeoff, so we'll just throttle it up, get those engines spooled up. Then we can now, oh, I forgot it's not an Airbus, it's Airbus. We'll just push this little imaginary button here, set our takeoff go around thrusts, and let the plane sort of do the rest. Disregard this traffic. That's why I don't follow traffic anymore, because it's doing silly things. Gone past that, we can now rotate. Go all the way up to our, using our trim as well. Land the vehicle gun up. And we're sort of holding that speed quite nicely. And we can now lower the nose. That's just me trimming down. Trimming up just a bit just to get that. Get it thereabouts. We can do take our flaps up to 15 and 15. And we're just going to turn on the autopilot and let it do its thing. You're going to go level change because there are a few speed altitude restrictions, so we just want to discredit those. We'll speed this up to 230 just to get above this. Punching up through the fog, which is always nice. Take this up to 240. And if you've got the any gear, this is cool about the inibuilds. They've set it so when you push the gear lever again, it goes into off. Disarm the arm spoiler. Can now turn on our packs back on, get that airflow in, and we will turn this, pretend that's on device, turn off the seatbelt signs. We're going to just set it up now because I'm going to get going. Turn off our landing lights, turn off our nose lights. Everything else is pretty much set. That's flipped over to auto, so it's in climb mode now. Once we pull around this sharp turn here, we'll set this to profile. Actually no, we'll leave it in level change just to get past that altitude restriction. But yeah, it's a very capable aircraft, eh? It does everything that you need it to do with regards to, you know, following these, the LNAV and VNAV. We'll just go to the home page. We won't have it on any of these pages because it can easily lock ourselves out. So we'll just keep it. I wonder if I could go en route map. We'll go to Navigraph map, eh? I'll just do en route map. Right, it is slowly coming around. Expect it to be like that. Looks like a very heavy beast. Once we get past this flight, this altitude restriction, we'll go into profile mode. We'll speed this up now. And we can set our altimeters. We'll just push that, set them to standard, and we'll set this manually to that. That's perfect. this is minus 10,000 feet, so we'll just carry on with profile level change mode. So it's just going off the speed that we set. Once we get past this one here, if we go into our flight plan, DP 681, it's got minus 10 there, but once we get past that we can now go into profile mode, and that will just now target the correct speed, and everything will just look after. It's basically in managed mode now. And that is us, folks. I might change this just back a bit for time. We'll still do an evening flight, but we will enjoy the view of the Indian landscape while we are flying out. By the time we get over here it'll be sort of night time anyway. It's a time where hopefully we can see this flight in daylight. And I think that's it all set up. My flaps are all up, everything's all looking good. We'll set our airport landing altitude quickly, which is 0 feet anyway. But yeah, we will now see you on the next flight. Not see you on the next flight, we'll see you later on in this flight. I'll do an outside view for you folks. Right guys, we'll get back to you later on in our flight, so sit back and relax and enjoy the view, and we'll be back soon. Well, we'll be back in 3.5 hours time. See you guys soon. Right, folks, don't know what happened there, just as I was coming back the autopilot had just disengaged, but anyway, we're coming up very close to our descent, so we will have a look at this thing here. We'll set our final approach to 1600. Like most of you guys would know by now, I'm definitely not a real world pilot, and I don't have ATC or whatever, so what I do is I'm just gonna, if I push this down button here, that will engage level profile. I'm just going to go into profile, and that will hopefully keep this thereabouts. I'm not too sure what's going to happen now. Because I started climbing, it's just made a few errors, but we're coming up to our descent anyway, so once our VNAV path comes back online, this setting is basically in profile mode and P descent, so that once this hits, what I might do is I might just level out my altitude. And I'll wait for that to drop. Just that issue there sort of messed it up a little bit, but anyway, we've set our altitude select to 1600 feet, and we will go into our descent. Our approach, we're going to we'll land with 15-20 flaps for this approach, and we will, MDA is going to be, it's no Cat 2 or Cat 3, so we'll just use 220. What else do we need to gain? Oh yeah, we'll set our ILS as well. We'll set our ILS frequency, just keeping an eye on that. It's going to be 10.3, and our course is going to be 209. I'm just going to go back into my progress page. Oh, and we want to go into profile now. And it will hopefully catch up with that, but we'll carry on setting this so we don't forget. 220, 209. So that's our ILS all set, and we will come into our landing page and we will sync this up, and we'll use low auto brake, calculate the distance, go for medium auto brake, calculate that. Actually we will go with a low auto brake. Actually we'll just roll off to the very last taxiway which is, we're landing on this runway here, so we want to take that last taxiway because there's no like rapid speedways on runway 21 left, so we'll stick with that so we can roll out all the way to the end of the runway and then taxi to our stands. We'll probably taxi over to this stand over here, as these ones here are for heavy aircraft, all the rest are for Airbuses. Right, we're going to starting our descent into Bangkok, into what was the original airport, which is now They were going to close that airport at one stage, but they've decided to keep it as a low-cost carrier airport, which is a pretty good idea, I reckon. We'll turn on our seatbelt size now. Our device page, we'll call it our device page. Because we don't do smoking anymore in our aircraft. Oh gosh, hopefully this hasn't frozen. Ooh, that was lucky. Whenever you get moments like that, your heart's in your mouth and you're thinking, oh, have I just wasted all of that time? Alright, this is getting away on us a bit, so we're just going to use our spoilers and just bring that nose down a bit more. Bring our spoilers back in again. What we will do is, before we forget, we will engage low automatic braking, and whenever you use the spoilers, I always keep it in the habit that I arm them as soon as I've stopped using them, but it looks like we're going to be struggling to keep this on profile for a bit. So we'll just keep our speed brakes deployed for the time being. Yeah, coming into Bangkok airport. Bangkok's now a second airport, which is, as I was saying, they use for the low-cost carriers like Nok Air and AirAsia. It's got a new lease of life, and I believe that they're going to do they really are going to put some effort into upgrading the terminals, and from the last I heard, so that's really good. Really good to hear that. And we're just going to turn off the standard. I'll just push the magic B button just to sync them all up. Just got a little bit of spoilers out. It seems to be struggling a bit to keep it on profile. Sim rate doesn't really do these aircraft that good. It looks like a decent day. What we will do is we'll turn off our weak radar before we forget as well, which is down here. Scroll that to off. Turn our terrain on. Reduce this down a little bit more. And once we get to 10,000 feet, we'll turn on the taxi lights. Our taxi lights will come on, our landing lights will come on, and they will be all set up for our approach almost. We probably will keep this just in case, but definitely for our go around altitude, which is going to be 30,000 feet. A bit more spoilers, get that spoilers out a bit, get that airspeed down, get it back on profile. We can now turn on our landing lights. I'll get that onto taxi. Our little pink nose here. No, apart from that little blemish there, this is a stunning livery. a lovely aircraft. Don't know why the logo light's gone out. Anyway, we better keep focused on this. I'm just going to see if I can turn these, make these a bit more brighter. Good thing too about this aircraft, I mean it's not modern in the grand scheme of things, but it still follows all of these speed restrictions, these altitude restrictions. It's a very nicely done aircraft. Right, we're getting to that point now, we might need to start considering using a bit of flaps to getting to that speed now where we need to look at deploying our slats. Flying over, looks like a sort of a reasonably good day in Bangkok. I love it when it's like that thunderstorm, and yeah, I do like landing in that sort of environment. Oh yes, so we select config, that flaps config 1520, but we need to make sure it's set in here as well, just before I forget, and there's nothing else I need to do. So yeah, we're pretty much all configured for our landing. We'll just bring this in, all the way in. I might go to, I'll just keep it at that. I might go into level change mode and take control of the speed. I might actually do that now. Make sure our speed brakes aren't, which it is. Our auto brakes on medium. Right, we'll get out our slats now, get that ready. Pull the speed back a bit. Also want to be doing 190 before we get to that next waypoint, so we'll scroll that down to just level it out just here for now. And we will go into heading mode. And we will arm our ILSs. So we go to localizer mode soon. Just in a bit more now. start turning it just a bit, just to take that edge off when we capture the localizer. We'll arm the localizer now. Start scrolling the speed right back. Sweet, we're captured on the localizer. We're just going to arm the land mode now, just so that's all ready for when we do capture it. How far are we from the airport? Oh, we're 7 nautical miles, so we can start setting ourselves up for our landing. Our VPAP is 150, so we'll set that into here. So we're fully configured for landing. We've got flaps 1520, landing gear is down. Nose is really high. I should have kept the speed up a bit, but we're going to be capturing on the glide slope very soon. And just one final check, make sure everything, speed brakes set, armed, auto brakes armed, landing gear down, all of these lights and whatnot are all set. And we're now captured on the glide slope, and we can now follow our glide slope. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go just up a little bit, just sort of raise my seat. So slightly, try and get a good view of everything that I need. And we are pretty much all good. I'm going to disengage the autopilot. Well off course here, guys, sorry for this. I'm going to disengage the autopilot auto throttle as well. Keep that speed up because we are borderline stall speed here. Getting a bit too low, folks, just shallowing out the descent. There we go, touchdown. Not the best touchdown, but it worked nonetheless. I'm just going to disengage the auto brake. And here we are, we've landed at Don Mueang Airport, the what used to be the main airport of Thailand, of Bangkok. bit fast coming through there, but we've made it, folks. Turned off our strobes and our landing lights, and we will start up that AQ. Get it ready for. Make sure we engage the AQ fleet for the passengers. And we might as well turn our drone light on. Flaps can all come up. Same with our slats. Our spoilers, I should say. Make sure there's no aircraft coming. And we'll just trundle on over. And here we are, folks. We've a really successful flight at a moment there where I thought that the laptop was going to freeze, but it didn't. Landing wasn't the best, but we made it nonetheless. And we'll turn off our TCAS as well, so we don't get all of those warnings. So we'll come down here and we'll turn on our brake fan, get these brakes cooled down. Take that back to nav, maybe turn off. Just reset that flight directives, but yeah, that's all good. We'll now find our parking stand, and that is our flight done and dusted. We'll turn off these too, we don't need those. Right, we'll park it this one here. this is my attempt. My second ever attempt at making an import. My first ever attempt was making a broken import, which was really a massive learning curve. As you read in my funny spiel that I did. But one of those sim updates that broke the run bug. One of those where you start disarm all the doors, attach the chocks, APU, catering, open up all these doors, activate the emergency slide, and that is us folks. Successful flight into not the airport I landed at, and I thought I landed at what could easily be an airport that had been any delays that I could have landed at. An airport that I've made by myself, which is pretty terrific. A lot better than what it was. And yeah, here we are folks. A300, a relatively successful wireless approach. Sometimes it can be a bit hit and miss, but if you come into a sharp left, you just miss the approach. Get on profile for the Himalayan here, but of course we've got like the A310 in the band. But yeah, we'll let you guys go, and our next flight we will do a couple of flights over to Thailand. We'll go to Kosi soon, and yeah, we'll do that. We might go up to Chiang Mai as well. Yeah, and then our next flight will be, we'll go back to KL, and then from there we'll fly back home to. But thank you for being a part of that video, and we'll see you next